Hello friends, this is Anirudh Garg. Today we are going to talk about Salesforce Agentforce Vibes, which is quite in demand nowadays and it's a niche technology. So before learning about Agentforce Vibes and also doing the hands-on exercise, first of all we should understand what is Vibes coding. So vibe coding basically means that we are not coding actually. We are basically writing a prompt like in our natural language, like let's say English, and we are just saying like do this thing based on our intuitions, based on what we are feeling right at that moment, and then the AI is writing the code for us, and then we are refining it again and again until our requirement is met. So you can think of it like you are cooking without the recipe. You are just checking the salt and other things, ingredients, whether they are right or wrong, and just refining it based on your taste. So this is a basic intro of vibe coding. So let's go to Agent for Vibe now. So Agentforce Vibes is Salesforce own Agentic AI tool. So it is integrated with VS Code. So I will show you a hands-on exercise on how I can create a Lightning Web component using Agentforce Vibe without actually writing even a single line of code myself. So let's go through it. First of all, you should go to VS Code, and I hope you guys already have installed all the extensions like Salesforce CLI and integrated it with the VS Code and all. So the extension which we use for Agentforce Vibe is this extension. So you need to basically download this extension, and once it is downloaded, you can see the icon for Agentforce Vibe here. So now, first of all, what we need to do is, instead of writing the code, we need to plan what we want to build. So there are two phases. One is the plan phase and one is the act phase, basically the execution phase. So whatever we are doing, the best way to achieve our goal is to plan properly before executing. So planning at the early stage is always best option. So in the plan stage, you can see the pattern here for plan and act. So we are going to write our prompt. So it's basically like a prompt engineering. So we will write a prompt like, for example, create a Lightning Web component to display account data, accounts data in form of a Lightning data table. Now you need to explain it properly so that AI knows that what exactly you want to build. Otherwise, you can keep defining the plan. So let's say I have just written this, and I go to the toggle to the plan phase and click on send. So the API request will be sent, and the AI Agentforce Vibes will give you a plan that what he thinks is right. Now it's up to you whether you are accepting the plan or you want to refine it more. You can refine it more as well. And if you think it is fine, then you can just toggle to the act mode and then you can go ahead with the plan. So the AI will write the code for you. So you can just toggle to the approve button or reject it. So let's quickly read what it has done. So I will create a LWC that renders account record data in a Lightning data table with sortable columns, pagination and all. So there are some assumptions as well. Now you can specify. As I said, the plan should be as good as possible. You should refine it. You should tag. There is a feature called tagging. So let's say I want to do some changes to existing file or to existing LWC, then I can tag that. You should go to add file or add folder and tag your component. Just select your component from here or your S object, for example. I can select the S object as well. Let's say I'm tagging account. So let's say I want to do some changes to the account, then tag that. Basically to give a context. I want to give a context to the AI that do this for me, and this is the context. So this is one thing. So let me just quickly approve this plan. So I will just write go ahead, or I can just toggle to the act mode as well. So yeah. So now it will proceed with the execution, and then also it will give an option whether you are okay with it or do you want to make some changes. Then you can see it is automatically writing the code. This is the magic of Agentforce Vibes. So the code is already written, and what we need to do is that you need to debug the code. You want to add some more logic, then you can add on your own. So it will give you option whether you want to save it or you want to make some more changes. So what it is doing currently, it is creating Apex class to fetch the data from the Salesforce server. Because we need the data to display on the data table on the account. So the data needs to be pulled from the Apex class. So this is the Apex class it has created. You can go over the Apex class as well. So here's declared some variables, public with sharing and querying basically the data. So data is being queried here. and it has taken by default. You can specify, let's say you want to display only name and phone field in the reader table, not the industry field. So you can just remove this from here. And if I'm okay with the execution, and I can just click on save, then it will create a LWC as well, and it will then call this Apex class on the LWC. So this is how it works. You can see how simple it is. And let me tell you one thing, Agentforce Vibes or any other AI tool, it is not to replace the developer. It is to assist the developers. So never think and never just keep going over the articles which are showing that this company, that company has fired over 100 employees, 1000 employees due to AI. Instead of reading these articles, learn AI. Get adapted to it. Adapt to AI, agentic AI, and this vibe coding principle. Vibe coding is just a concept of coding in such a way that you are just giving the prompt in a natural language. You are just coding as you are thinking. You are not doing exactly the things. You are just, as you go around, as you move forward, you are refining it again and again. So this is the principle of vibe coding. It's just like a vibe. So you got a feeling that this is right, then go ahead. And then something that later you want to change, you can go ahead and change it. So this is how it works. So now it has recommended some changes itself. You can see we avoid a dynamic circle with bind variables and strings, use statically bound variables below. So you can see it is giving comments as well. So you can click on save and you can read the code as well. So you would see that I would not write even a single line of code and everything will be done. First the Apex class will be done and then the LWC will also be created and then we can deploy it to our org to see it. Did you see that I just write it that I need to create the LWC, not the Apex class at all? So, but still it assumes that it knows that you need Apex class, otherwise from where data will come. So that's why it created the Apex class automatically. Even when just I said to create a Lightning Web component. So you can say it is refining it and just editing the code again and again. Now it is the meta XML file. This is also created. Now it will proceed to the LWC shortly. You will see. Then I will tell you something about MCP servers as well and how you can set up some rules for our agentic AI to work upon. So now you can see it is creating an account data table HTML component, the HTML file of that component. If you want, you can give a specific name as well for that component, but I haven't given, so it has automatically taken the name. Okay, so HTML file is ready. Then it will create a JavaScript file. You can see how simple it is. This is magic of agentic AI, of vibe coding and Agentforce Vibes. And I will repeat myself. This is not gonna replace the developers. When you do it yourself, you will see that it makes very silly mistakes as well. So it is not like it is always right. It makes very, very silly mistakes as well, which only developers can fix. And what about there is a prod issue? Then who will debug it? If the developer is not there, who will debug it? Agent for Vibe can try to debug, but still our developer is always needed. So adapt yourself to Agent for Vibes. Start using it instead of thinking that it will take up your jobs. That's what I will say. Now you can see in the XML file, if I would have, I can specify that I want this LWC to be embedded only on the home page or on a record page, then accordingly the target will be set. So I won't specify anything, so it has put it on the app page, home page, and record page, all three. Okay, so I will just save it. Now the CSS file it is also creating. You can see how simple it is. Now what is this? This is a test class. Do you see? So Agentforce Vibes can create a test class as well for you. So you can see how much it is assisting the developers. So no need to write test class. It will also take care of the coverage to ensure at least 75% coverage and coverage of all the major methods and the dummy data as well. In fact, you can ask him to create a test data factory as well. So yeah, this is the magic of Agentforce Vibes. I will just deploy it and show you how it looks. You can see Agentforce want to use a tool on the MCP server. So MCP server, I will just show you in a short while. So these are tools. These are the tools which are on the Salesforce DX server, like get username. So it determines the username and all, and basically deploy things or what we need to do. Okay, so if it is your default org, unless, okay, so deploy the metadata. So if I click on auto approve, then it will automatically deploy it to an org from your local. If I check it, then what will happen? You can see deploy metadata to an org from your local project. So if the user doesn't specify what to deploy, leave the source directory manifest param empty so the tools calculate which files to deploy. So it will automatically, these are some rules which we can set up, and also we can configure the tool in such a way that what we want for our requirements. And you can see some error is coming up. Now it will resolve the error for you. It will do everything. So you can see account data table LWC has been implemented and deployed successfully. So what was created? Apex controller. You can see it is created, and all the details you can see LWC component is created, and yeah, this is it, test class as well, and deployment is also done. Now it is also telling you how to add the component to the Lightning, but you can see it is even telling you that open the setup, go to app builder, and then search, choose the target, and then drag and drop, because this is a configuration step. This can't be done using the agent for vibes. Even but still, it is telling you that go ahead and do this yourself. So these are the nodes as well. That sorting, click column header, name, use a URL field to navigate the records, pagination as well. Everything is done. I can even ask for more things. So before that, let me go to the UI first and show you how it looks. Let me just refresh this page first, and I will embed that Lightning data table on the home page to show you. And I would suggest you to read the Salesforce documentation as well as the Salesforce article as well for learning more about the Agentforce vibes. You can see how can vibe coding boost developer productivity. Turn context into code with agentic development. So you are writing in natural language and it is getting converted into code. MCP support, I will tell you in a short while. It is modeled context protocol. So it is just like gateway to connect the AI model with your Salesforce. So basically there are tools which we can use to connect with the Salesforce or to the AI system. So we use MCP for that. And also we can have Salesforce GX as a Salesforce MCP, and we can use other MCPs as well in the market. Okay, you can read this article as well. Code autocomplete, it is used for code autocomplete, code analyzer, code explanation. You can even ask him that explain this code like you do in the ChatGPT. But what the benefit of Agentforce Vibes over ChatGPT is, it knows the context. It knows your Salesforce org. Let's say in our files, I retrieved my whole org. The only condition is you need to retrieve your components. Let's say there is a LWC in your org and it is not retrieved in the VS Code, then the Agentforce Vibes doesn't have the context. Then he doesn't know about it. So first of all, you need to retrieve it, and then you can go to the Agentforce Vibes and tag. You can tag that file. Okay. For example, I can tag HTML. Okay, let me tag the HTML file and ask it to create a heading of data table with name I created using Agentforce. So this is the heading it will create. You know what I did? I tagged that component HTML file so that it knows where you want to do that change. So as this is a running task, so it will automatically know. But let's say you have closed the VS Code and 2 days back you are want to make some change, then it will be a separate transaction. So in that case, you need to tag that component that I want to do this in that component, because there can be multiple components, right? So you can see the header, it will make the change accordingly, created using Agentforce. Even it has refined the line as well. That it is created using Agentforce. I have added not very good way, so it has refined that as well. Okay. So click on save. So it is asking for using the MCP server tool to deploy this to the org. So deploy metadata is a tool on our MCP server, which is Salesforce DX server, which we'll be using to deploy this. So this is the deployment is also done. So no need to right click and click on deploy this source to org. That is also time is also saved here as well. Okay, so let me go to the app builder. Now here is the magic. Here is our LWC. Let me embed it here. Okay, let me once refresh the page. Okay, plus icon is not coming here. I don't know why. Let me once see it. I think it's a default home page, so some configuration is needed to edit it. Let me open the record page itself. Okay, it is. Oh, let me clone the selected page. Let's create a custom home page. Then we will embed the LWC there. You can create sections, and then you can add your component here. Simple. Adding the component, clicking on save. You can see the header is also coming, which I just edited. Just activating it, assigning as or default, and then just clicking on save. So the custom home page we have created. Now we need to add the page as well to our app. So let me add that as well once. So this is our custom home page. I will just add it. You can see the data table is here. So I will add it to, let me add it to sales app. So I am logged in as a system admin. So let me choose the system admin profile. So for which profile this will be visible. I'm just clicking on save. I hope you got it. Okay, it is still not visible. Let me once see what is the issue. Okay, I haven't assigned it to the app. My bad. Okay, so I have assigned to the sales app, but still it is not visible. Manage your sales. There might be some reason behind it. I think it should be visible, but anyway, I think you got what I want to say. We can create the components and you can add it on any page for your choice. Let me go and see it again. I think I need to create a tab also. Lightning page tab I will create. Okay, it is not showing a page. Okay, anyway, I think you can look into this. This is just admin stuff, some admin stuff. Main thing we have done. So let me quickly, I don't want to keep it too long. So let me quickly guide you about some more things in Agentforce Vibes. So you can, if you zoom in and on the top bottom left corner, you can see manage Agentforce rules and workflows. So what is this? If I click on this, these are the rules which we have set up for our org. So for example, I want some functionality to work. Basically, I want some best principles to be followed for my org, some org specific things. Then I can set up some rules. For example, these are the global rules which are already set up. I can edit them as well. For example, for Apex triggers, follow the one trigger per object pattern. So these are the things which we are saying that, okay, make sure these things are followed when you're doing the coding for us. So these are the rules which you can set up. Also, we can set up workflow rules as well. These things you can explore. And also let me tell you about MCP servers. So you can see we have used a Salesforce GX server, but we can use other servers as well. In the marketplace, you can search for other servers, and the remote servers you can just put the URL and name. Also let me tell you that all servers are not supported by Salesforce. So you need to check whether it is supported or not. But I would definitely recommend as a beginner that you should use Salesforce GX server because it's Salesforce own server and you can see the tools like these are the tools get username, other tools as well, and you can just read about it, deploy metadata. So these are the tools which we use to connect the Salesforce or basically the Salesforce data. It's just like a gateway to connect the Salesforce or other data to the AI. So it's like we are not exposing the data, the Salesforce data to the AI, but we are using the MCP servers tools to fetch the things only which we need. For example, I want to deploy this component to the org or I want to access this Apex class, then we can specify in the tools so that everything is not exposed, only some particular operation so that we don't need to hard code every time that I want this operation using this MCP server or this agent. So this is why we use MCP servers. It is not mandatory, but it is highly recommended. So yeah, this is all about today's video. I will be making more videos on Salesforce, Agentforce Vibes as well. So you can also explore on your own. You can try to create some components. This is how the page will look. So basically this is a home page. So when I added the LWC to the custom home page, so it will load it only on the home page. So this is the Salesforce feature. So you can see the account records are created and I can navigate to other accounts as well. It will open a different tab. Also there is pagination, like how many records to show on the same page. And also there is a search feature, like type ahead block. So let's say I type Pearl. So it will show me this account. And this is a phone number. So you can see how easy it is. Also preview and next button is there. So Agentforce has made the things very, very easy for us.